Good morning, grade 6 students. Welcome to our English class day. And today it's writing. How are you feeling today? Well, as of me, your teacher is feeling awesome. Before we start our lesson, it is a must that you have with you your readers and writers notebook, English notebook to take down notes, and your pen. Thank you very much. For our objectives today, identify and explain the parts of a letter features of a formal invitation letter. Steps on how to write an invitation letter for an event. And lastly, how to format a letter of invitation. Let's start now. Social letter. Personal letters, also known as friendly letters, and social notes normally have 5 parts. We have the heading, the greeting, the body, the complimentary clause, and the signature line. The heading includes the address line by line, with the last line being the date. The greeting always ends with a comma. Let's say, for example, dear, and then you specify maybe the name of the person, and then at the end of that one, you place comma. Now, the most important thing here is the body, also known as the main text. The body of the letter contains all the information that you want to tell to the person who's going to receive your letter. Lastly, or should I say second to the last, is complimentary clause, which is normally ends with a comma as well. And of course, the last one is the signature line, which contains your name. Again, I repeat, the 5 parts of the social letter. We have the heading, the greeting, the body, the complimentary clause, and the signature line. We now go to the features of formal invitation letter. First there you will have name of host, or meaning to say name of the person who is hosting the event. Invitational request by the pleasure of your company cordially invite you to is an example to that one. Second part there we have the event type, the name, or the purpose. Example there you have a luncheon or dinner or a reception or a lecture or a seminar for that matter. And of course, the most important thing, don't forget the date. The date is one of the most important features of a formal invitation letter, so that all your guests would come to know when is the exact time and the date. Of course, with the hour, the time, I mentioned that one a while ago, and of course, the place. Date, hour, and place are very crucial, very important to include in your invitation. Now, reply instructions is also as important as the rest of the parts. Why? This way, the host would come to know how many guests or participants are coming. In such a way, we avoid, or the host will avoid, some disruptions or some even minor problems. So, in reply instructions, we need to provide a reply card or a phone number. Okay? We need to disable instructions like fax or email, because this one sometimes would take some time for us to reply. And because we are always busy people, so a reply card or a phone number would be very important, because they will just simply give or send you a text message or simply give you a call. We go to steps on how to write invitation letter for an event. First, write the subject line. If it's email, it should be clearly represent the essence of your letter. If there is a need for you to use letterhead, you may do so. But it's not as always that you need a letterhead. Let's say, for example, you don't belong or you're not affiliated with any company. And then you need to write the salutation, write the body of the letter, and then write the closing as well as the signature. Now, this is the most important one, the last part, which is proofread the letter. Well, everybody would be thinking that, oh, I'm finished doing the letter and I need to send it at once. Both emails or cards or a letter for that matter, there is a 1,000,000% requirement that we need to proofread anything before sending them. Why is that so? Because we might forget other detailed informations which are equally crucial. Number two, we avoid errors, mistakes, which might get our guests or the attendees get confused. That is the reason why we need to proofread every single letter. Okay? Don't forget that one. Next slide, we have here how to format a letter of invitation. There can be a lot of ways, but this one is a letter of invitation. Now, one there we have to start with a friendly, appropriate greeting. This is very important. Friendly and appropriate. For instance, you can use dear for a friend, but you're not going to use dear for a boss or to your manager or to your superior or to any head of the company for that matter. Second, we need to mention the purpose of your invitation. You have to be very clear what is the reason why you're sending this letter of invitation. For what reason? Because maybe your guest might be overdressed or was not dressed properly and appropriately for the occasion. Third one, clearly state the exact date, the time, and location. This is to get away from embarrassment and being late on certain invitations. Mention who else is invited. Although this is not really very important because normally if you have some event like this, normally closest people to the host are really invited. Next, we have explained a little about the event. Of course, if it's like, let's say for example, it's a birthday celebration, so you might as well describe it's a birthday celebration of my youngest son. We are celebrating his third birthday and so on and so forth. And you need to request for a confirmation. The same thing, you need to reply because the host needs to know how many people are coming and how many and what kind of preparations do they need in advance to get away from embarrassment. Okay? Next. Look at the sample of a social invitation letter here. Okay? This is a social invitation letter. Although it looks like, how do you call this one? A formal one, but it's still, how do you call this one? A social invitation letter. You have there the date, the address, the date. You have there the greeting, the body of the letter, the complimentary clause, as well as the signature. Now, looking at this example, there is a minor error on this one. I'd like you to find out and tell me which one needs to be corrected. Okay? I'm going to give you 1 minute to do this activity. You're correct. We need to place comma after Dear Priyanka and another comma after the complimentary clause, which is yours sincerely. Very good. You're so clever, grade 6 students. Good job. Next, we have here a sample of a formal invitation letter. Okay? Look at the number 1. They are already itemized and numbered accordingly. 1, you have the organizations or the graphic element. Okay? It means the host. Number 2, there is the name of the host. Or should I say, the first one is the company. The second one is the name of the host. We have there Mr. and Mrs. John D. And the third one is phrasing the invitation. Request the pleasure of your company at a reception and dinner in honor of Dr. and Mrs. Crawford on Friday, the 12th of May, 2005, at 7 o'clock, Benson Hotel, 309 SW Broadway, Portland. As you can see from numbers 1 to 8, the main points that I discussed and mentioned a while ago when it comes to the event, okay, the kind of event, the time, the place, and the venue were all included. Okay? Now, look at number 9 and number 10. Number 9, although not always, but during formal invitation letter, it's always included. We have the special instructions. And special instructions means, let's say for example, the type of wardrobe or clothing that you will wear. What type of event is this? Is it because it's a formal invitation, so normally we have the black tie, okay? And then we have the kind of outfit that we're going to dress. And look, the entertainment begins at 9 o'clock. It's an embarrassment for a participant, for example, to come late and all of a sudden he will have a grand entrance catching all the attention of everyone who's attending it. So we don't like that to happen, okay? Now, number 10, where to reply. This is the most important thing. As I mentioned this one a while ago, you need to reply or confirm your attendance to the host. In such a way, as I repeat, we or the host can do the necessary arrangement on the number of attendees, because of course they don't like any sort of embarrassment. Okay, my dear students? Now, thank you so much grade 6 students for listening again for this short video, and I'm happy to be with you again. For other informations and activities, please log into your Pearson account for additional activities. Okay? And I hope that you enjoyed our session again today. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend. See you tomorrow. Goodbye and thank you.